We all know of the tremendous challenges that are facing us and our children. Wouldn't it be amazing if a parent could do something to up the odds and give his child the strength, the emotional strength, to overcome the challenges that they face? Well, there is. The Torah tells us that when they told Yaakov Avinu that his son Yosef was gone and the dream was over, it says, Vayima'en lihisnachem. He refused to be consoled. And they brought him the other 11 kids, and they said, look, your children and your grandchildren, you have so much. Vayima'en lihisnachem. He refused to give up on Yosef. And they said, but he's different. He has long hair. He's creative. Nobody likes him. He wouldn't give up on him. Just one parsha later, one chapter later, Yosef HaTzadik is faced a challenge that the Medrash says was greater than him. He was doomed. There would be no Yosef HaTzadik. There would be no Yosef Midas Yisod. The challenge was greater than him. And what is the word that the Torah says? Vayima'en. Says the Nesiv Shalom Schus Yagan Aleinu. The power of Yosef HaTzadik in the time of his challenge to overcome beyond his ability came from the fact Vayima'en le'isnachem, that he had a father far away that refused to give up on him. This is a power that our children have from us. We can help them. You could have two kids that have the same power, the same challenge, and one will have the emotional energy because they have a father far away that refuses to give up on them. By infusing this love and this belief into our children, we empower them to have extra energy above what they have on their own to be able to be Aymed ben Husayn. The Medrash says that B'shas Maisa, when Yosef was faced this challenge that was greater than him, he saw Dmus Yuknei Shel Avav, he saw his father's face. Says the Nesiv Shalom, when he saw his father's face, he felt the love. He felt that he had a father that believed in him, that would never stop believing in him. And the words are of the Nesiv Shalom, Sheniskasher im Aviv. He became emotionally connected to his father, Vishuv le'haya yachid, and he was no longer alone. If I'm going out to fight somebody with a knife, I'm doomed. But two people together, we have a chance. The Nisayon was greater for him, like it's greater for a lot of our children. And many times this Nisayon happens when our children feel all alone. But when they imagine your presence, you can give them emotional energy. Even when they're physically alone, emotionally, when they think of you, your effect in your belief and love in them empowers them to be Aymed in Nisyanis that are greater than them. And this is not just a nice word. Let me tell you 3 stories that will blow your mind. There was a boy that was on the streets. He moved into Home Sweet Home, a home that I had for kids who were not from. He didn't fast on Yom Kippur for 6 years. He was rough and tough. His grandfather was one of the Gedolei Hadar, Ziknei Hadar, one of the oldest of the generation, and I felt he should meet his grandfather after many years of being on the outs. I arranged for a meeting and I brought him to meet his grandfather. On the way there, he told me, I really respect my grandfather. I respect my grandmother, but it's very strange, they don't hug. They just wave, and I don't get it. He's talking about hugs, this rough, tough kid, he's talking about hugs? Anyway, I brought him in, I sat down, and after 5 minutes, I said, I have to go to an appointment, I'll be back in an hour. And this big gadol looked at me like I don't think he was expecting private time for an hour. I slipped out, I got in the car, I called up the boy's mother, I said, what's with the hugs? She said, by us, we don't really hug, very, very Hasidish, we don't hug the boys after bar mitzvah. But my husband did one time. I said, what about your shver, the Gadol Adar? She said, ask him. So I went in at the end of the hour, and the boy's back was to me. I couldn't say something in front of the boy, so I kind of felt bad, but I motioned to this Gadol. I said, I need to speak to you. He got up really slow, and the boy went to wave goodbye to his grandmother and get some cookies, and I had only a split second, and I whispered into his ear, bengt sich for a hug. He's yearning for a hug. And I don't know why this grandfather never hugged his grandchildren, but this is what happened. On a spin of a dime, spur of the moment, he turned and he started going like this. And this boy was much taller than him. His hands were shaking and he reached up and the boy didn't know what he wants. He pulled down this boy's head and he gave him a half a hug like that and then a kiss on the cheek. Ich habe gemacht nicht wissendig. I made believe like I didn't see anything. We got in the car, and this rough and tough rebel is freaking out. He's like, I can't believe it. My Zaidi hugged me. He kissed me. I can't believe it. And I said, wow, I thought you said he never does that. And he's like, he never did. And then it was quiet. I was driving back from Borough Park to PN 16th in Flatbush. As we got in the middle to Avenue J and Ocean Parkway, the light was red, and the boy turned to me and he said, Avi, what do you think? Maybe I should start keeping Shabbos. I didn't know what to say. This boy isn't frum for at least 6 years. I said, I can't tell you what to do, but maybe if your neshama is telling you something, maybe you should listen. He kept that Rosh Hashanah 2 days. He kept Shabbos Shuvah. He kept Yom Kippur for the first time in over 6 years. By Nila, there were tears running down his cheeks. His siddur was wet. I witnessed a miracle. He kept Shabbos. He kept the 2 days of Sukkot. He kept Shabbos Chalamoid, Shmini Atzeres, and Simchas Torah. I gave him an aliyah in my shul, the first aliyah he had since his bar mitzvah, because he had a grandfather that showed him love. Number 2, we had a parent that came to me about their son, and their connection was so close that it was one Shabbos afternoon, and the father told his wife, our son, who was in a different country, very far away, our son is in danger. They had a connection, a soul connection. And after Shabbos, he spoke to his son, and his son said that at that time, he was going through a crisis, he was suicidal, and he wanted to kill himself. But he envisioned his father, and when he envisioned the face of his father and his mother, who loved him, he was able to calm down. I want to read to you an email that I just got today. Dear Avi, something happened and our daughter became very scared, and her first reaction was, I've got to run upstairs to my parents. She used to not talk to us, but since we started Twisted Parenting and they were following my guidance, their relationship was repaired, and now the parents are her safe people. She was about to go upstairs and she started to have respect, something she didn't have until recently. And she realized maybe they're having a Shabbos nap. So she said to herself, I'm gonna imagine Vayimain. I'm gonna imagine my daddy and mommy are with me, telling me, don't worry, we'll work it out. I know that they will support me all the way through this. And this calmed her down. She normally would have had a full-blown panic attack, but now our relationship is so strong that just the thought of our love embracing her and holding her was enough for her to avoid an anxiety and panic attack. Of course, she told me afterwards, and I told her she should have woken us up, and we're always there for her. And she said it wasn't necessary, just the thought was able to help her in her time of need. This is what we can do for our children. We can be there with them and love them so much so when they see our face, they will have the emotional strength to overcome their challenges.